Buruboya and Burubo Sheshe from Baba Ileguas Botanica. This is your host, Iworio Gunda, coming at you with another video in regards to preparation of candles. This is the tablero de Ifa. This powder right here is called Ache de Orula or Ierosun. The other day I was making a video commenting about Osun and how a santero can prepare Osun. I'm giving you guys a little bit of a brief introduction on the tablero de Ifa and how it works. The Ekule, the chain that Babalows cast divination with, we do that for everyday, day-to-day divination. But the table of Ifa is what we do to pull down Ifa or to do rezos when we make the oduns of Ifa. Those are oduns in Ifa. So it's a long process because when you are preparing something, sometimes it takes the whole 256 oduns. So that takes 4 hours sometimes to sit here and put all the 256 oduns and recite the rezo, the prayer for every single odun, and over and over and over and over. But let me tell you, after you recite the 256 oduns in this ierosun, that ierosun will be like fire. It'll be a che. You can do lots of things like that. Somebody was asking me, well, why is the candles that you make so different from other candles in a botanica? Well, number one, the ierosun that I'm putting in right here, botanicas don't use that. And the other things that I put in that I'm not going to discuss because then everybody will start making candles like me. I take my time to make these candles, and it takes prayers and prayers and prayers to prepare the candles. It's because I'm trying to help people. I want people when they say Iworio Gunda, Aluo Iworio Gunda, he knows what he's doing. He takes his time. I'm not trying to be the next Miguel Febles, the next Tata Gaitan. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help people resolve their problems and to, live my life as a Babalow. You know what I'm saying? But somebody also commented me on Orun, saying, why is it that I have my Orun out when it's supposed to be buried? Okay, I'm going to respond to this because, number one, yes, you can bury Orun. That's your discretion. If you want to bury your Orun, that's fine. And you want to leave the teja on top of the tierra, that's fine. But if you want to keep the fundamental Orun above ground, so you can do different things or add things or do whatever, that's perfectly fine too. It doesn't make one or the other wrong or right. You know what I mean? If you want to put your Orun in the ground, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. Somebody also asked me a question. Well, what's the difference between receiving the teja de egun and receiving orun? Okay, when you receive the teja de egun, it's a ceremony like everything else in Ifa. You receive the teja de egun. The oduns that get put on there are the major oduns of the spiritual realm, and you receive that. It gets bathed in omierro, other stuff that goes on, and that right there is to open up the gateway for communication with your muertos. Now, with Orun, you don't need to receive the teja de egun because your Orun is the king of all muertos. You know what I mean? So in Oturanico, the sign is that's the sign of all male spirits, and in Irete Hierro, that's the sign of all female spirits. And both those oduns go inside the teja of Orun. You see what I'm saying? So you don't need a regular teja if you receive Orun. It's a lot of stuff, and this video can go on for hours and hours. But I mean, that's pretty much what it boils down to. You know what I mean? So people were commenting me, oh, Aluo, we want to know, we want to see. Some things I can show you and some things I can't show you, friends. I hope you guys can understand. I'm showing you guys right here the tablero de Ifa. This is a deer antler. And after you do a rezo, you bang the tablero because that's what opens the portal to heaven and lets your rezo get taken up to heaven. And it just goes on and on. There's so many secretos that I wish I could explain to you guys and show you because I want to so bad, but I can't. This is candle wax that I have soaking. I have the candle wax, I soak it in omierro. Then I dry the candle wicks. I dry them out. I let them soak in omierro. Then I dip them in a hot wax to give them the wax coating. You see what I'm saying? But they're soaked in omierro for a good while, and it depends on what omierro I'm using. You can't just use regular omierro. Osain's omierro for obatala or Chango's omiero for ilegua. Every orisha has a different herb for the preparation of their own omiero. So it's so many different things, my friends, and I want to share it with you. So please contact me, learn, ask questions. Another thing, I have a Mano de Orula ceremony coming up next month in the beginning weeks of January. For those of you who may be interested in receiving your Mano de Orula, I already have 4 people attending the ceremony. If you guys are interested, do contact me and uh, get to know me a little bit better. And number one, get to know your spiritual side more better. You know, Buru Boyan, Buru Bosheshe from Baba Ilegua's Botanica.